Hey guys, this is Dan with the corporatethiefbeats.com, and today I'm going to be speaking about my latest audio blog, or if you're watching this on YouTube and you're watching the video, on Soundcloud promotion tips for musicians, rap artists, and even beat makers can copy this too. I'm just gonna get straight into the post, but before I do that, I just want anyone who's listening to check out my site where thecorporatethiefbeats.com, and there's my free downloads section on my site. Here you can get 70 demo beat downloads of all my beats just to download and see if you want to purchase them in the future. Also, you can get a free mixtape launch gig with Fiverr gigs. These are some of all the gigs that I've used on Fiverr to help promote my music, and it's just a really low cost way of promoting your music. Now back into today's audio blog, helpful tips on how to promote your music with SoundCloud. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about is planning your release and just creating a plan in general. If you've got all these social media channels, the best thing you can do is take out a pen and paper or take out a little text file on your computer and write down every channel you have there to help you promote your music. So if you've got SoundCloud, SoundClick, your website, your email list, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, whatever else you have, write down every one of them and write down little goals for each of them. This might include like I'm just going to promote a song on Twitter, and that's going to promote my SoundCloud song where it's hosted, and stuff like that, where you can just kind of promote your music and just writing goals all the time. So let's say I'm gonna use my email list to launch my mixtape, then I'm gonna go heavy campaign on Facebook ads and Twitter to really kind of boost what I've done, what I've built already. Always prepare little goals for everything. Maybe you could put snippets on YouTube and then link them to your SoundCloud channel or your website. Just getting into this now, I always stress this in nearly every video that I do. It's 2014 today, guys. Really need to have that website sorted. It's so cheap to have a website. If you have a SoundCloud Pro account, it's cheaper to have a website. That's why it's so vital to have a website. So you're probably thinking to me right now, oh, if you're talking about promoting your music with SoundCloud, why are you telling me to get a website? Because SoundCloud gives you tools like a HTML5 player where you upload your music onto SoundCloud and you can take it gives you a code to copy. It's like putting a video into a website. You just copy and paste it into your website, and it's so easy. I'm not going to go into a tutorial on how to build a website now. I have a lovely 15-minute video in this post. If you're watching it on the video, just click this link here. If you're listening to it on the audio blog, definitely check out the post that goes with this audio blog. It's on my site, on my blog. It's very easy to see, and there's a lovely link there, how to set up a WordPress website in 15 minutes. And it's so easy. It's so easy to do it. If you can set up a SoundCloud account, you can set up a WordPress site. It's going to cost you about $6 or $7 a month to set it up, and it's going to be so vital to your SoundCloud promotion or any kind of music promotion in general. Why do I say this? Because social media sites like SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, like that, you don't own them. They can change tomorrow, and we don't know what will happen with them. Plus, they're extremely noisy. Like, everyone's promoting their music on there, so it's kind of difficult to keep the focus on you. If you put your player on your website and then you send people from Facebook and Twitter, etc., to your website where your SoundCloud player is, they're focused on you, and that's the main thing on having a website. Also, you can monetize your website with AdSense, or you can sell your songs, or you can sell your album, sell your merchandise. These are kind of basic things you need to get done. So get that website done, and if you need help with it, use my tutorial, and that shows you how to set up a WordPress site. Also, you can another vital bread and butter thing to do is to set up an email newsletter subscribers. I use Aweber. Um, Anyone that comes to my site and they download my free beats or my mixtape marketing ebook, they get opted into my newsletter, and it's a great way for me to contact them or let them know about new posts on my site or new music. Uh, Having an email list is way better than Facebook and Twitter or YouTube, any of those social media sites. It's just way less crowded than any other any kind of social media. Uh, People are promoting their music on social media all the time, so it might be difficult for you to get heard. But if you've got email newsletter subscribers, oh, it's just so easy to get all these people back. I have my own list of subscribers that I've built over the years, and anytime I put out a post or anytime I put out a song, I'll get a bunch of views or a bunch of listens because those people have read my blog, they've listened to my audio blogs, they've watched my videos, they've listened to my tutorials, they've listened to my beats, they've purchased my beats, and they're comfortable with me promoting my music with them. They've asked, this permission based marketing, they've asked that they want to hear from me, and it's just a really safe, it's what I call, it's like my safety net. Let's say if my website got hacked, or if my Facebook page got banned or something crazy like that, I'd always have my newsletter subscribers, so I could always set up a new Facebook page, I could always set up a new website, and I could always bring all those people who subscribe to my website again back using my Aweber newsletter email software program. I'm not going to show you how to how to make an email with Aweber. I use Aweber. You can use MailChimp. You can use Constant Contact. You can use a bunch of host email softwares. The easiest one I know how to use is Aweber, so that's the only one I'm going to recommend. MailChimp is cool too, but on this post, so audio blog users and YouTube users that are listening to this video or the audio blog, definitely check out the link to my Aweber newsletter tutorial. It will show you how to set up the same one that I have, and it's so easy, and it's just a great way to market your music. So if you want to promote your SoundCloud music, start building up a fan list, newsletter subscribers. I show you in that video how I use it on my site, so that's a great little tutorial. Jumping on to actual SoundCloud, a lot of the time when you first start off, a great way to get in is to actually find the kind of niche, the music niche that you're actually in. So if you make like hip hop beats, or if you if you make hip hop music, or if you make pop music, try and find the actual targeted groups. I see tons of people kind of going out there and they just subscribe to tons of different groups. They subscribe to EDM and dance music and stuff like that, and then when they promote their music, no one really listens to them because they're in the wrong group. Try and find the right groups, maybe 30 to 40 groups, and kind of keep your music in with those groups, because you'll get more engagement with people who actually like that type of music. That's a really clever tip, and it's just something that I just don't see a lot of people doing. I see them subscribing to all different kind of things, and then they complain when they don't have that kind of engagement that they're looking for. Moving on with the audio blog, I found that this is through my own testing. I urge you that anything that I talk about here to test it yourself, but these are just my tips, and I find that Sunday is the best time to upload music on SoundCloud. And why do I say this? Because Monday to Friday, most people are either in work, they're in school, they're in college, or they have other commitments during the week. Do you know what I mean? They all have things to do. But on Saturday and Sunday, particularly Sunday is kind of a family kind of day. Everyone stays at home, or they spend time with their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. It's a day that a lot of people just kind of sit around listening to stuff on SoundCloud, or they're more active on social media. I noticed that website traffic isn't as busy sometimes, but definitely all the social channels have lots big more engagement on a Sunday. So definitely just check that out for yourself. I notice around midday, if I upload a track, I'll get definitely 100 to 200 more listens to any song than if I upload it on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. That's just my experience, and I definitely urge you to check that out. The next one I'm going to talk about is something that I won't lie, that actually frustrates me sometimes, is actually using Facebook to promote your music. As we all know today, if you put up a new song on your Facebook page and you promote that, you just put it up on your Facebook page, only a certain amount of people the people that have liked your Facebook page will see that song. Only a certain amount. Unless there's loads of people liking that post straight away, Facebook's not going to share it. So organic search is not as big as it could be. Even if you have 10,000 likes on your page, you still need that initial couple of likes, shares, comments to help the other people see it. This is how Facebook makes its money now. They don't want you to get organic search like on Twitter or Facebook or like Twitter or YouTube or anything like that. If you upload a song on them channels, more often you get way more organic search depending on how good your SEO is. That's in a whole nother ballgame. Facebook doesn't want that. Basically, Facebook wants you to pay for it, and it's their platform. This is why I'm talking about getting a website, guys. All the time stressing about getting a website and building that email list. Because Facebook keeps changing the game the whole time, and if you keep relying on Facebook and they change something that doesn't agree with you, your whole ball game is screwed, and your music promotion strategy is not going to work. So using Facebook ads is a good way of bringing people back to your music. Test it out. Facebook can really drain your money. When I first started off using Facebook ads, it's difficult. It's not easy. Like, even still today, I have to keep changing. I have to keep learning new stuff with Facebook ads. I'm always watching people about tutorials on how to optimize your ads better, how to make better graphics, is the good graphics and stuff like that. If you're looking at my article right now in the video, if you're not in the audio blog, check it out. You can see that I've created a little ad in the corner. I've highlighted it there in the section, and I made that ad. I also have loads of other ads that I'm making. I'm testing all of the time. I'm changing my ads. Once I've gotten like 100 to 200 website clicks, I'll stop it and change it, because it just doesn't. The lifespan of that ad just never survives that long enough. Sometimes I get really cheap clicks. As you can see, I've got 44 cents. Sometimes they're ridiculous at €1.59. Depends on where you're advertising and what you're advertising to. It also depends on your ad copy, and maybe creating a little graphic where you have your mixtape and where they can download it. Create little ads. Start off with little $10 campaigns. Don't start off with $100 and not know what you're doing. Build up that following first with likes and people who are interested in hip-hop music, and then start building up little small campaigns of $10 and test out which ones are getting you more plays, views, engagement, etc. So if you pop up a new Soundcloud song on there and you promote it with Facebook ads, test different ads, different songs and stuff like that with small $10 campaigns. You can use the boost post option that's within the blog or the Facebook timeline of your Facebook fan page, but also go into the back end and see if you can find other ways of optimizing that ad. Facebook's not the easiest one, but it's such a big social media that we can't ignore it. I'd love to be just making videos or engaging with people on Twitter, or just putting up my songs on SoundCloud, but it's not enough. Facebook just has that amount of people on it that we can't ignore it, and Facebook ads are the only way to promote your music on there. Definitely check out Amy Porterfield's Facebook marketing guide. That's one of the things that I'd recommend. if you're looking for Facebook marketing and how to use Facebook ads properly. She's got loads of tutorials on YouTube, and check out her guide. The link is in the description in this article. That's just if you really want in-depth Facebook tutorials, definitely check out her guide. Also, moving on, I think this is really important too, is the kind of SoundCloud karma. You can't expect to take from SoundCloud all the time. If you're going in there and you're putting up music and the whole time and you're going, oh, thanks for listening to my song, I think it's a better idea to kind of go in there, don't waste too much time doing this. Just maybe put in like 10-15 minutes every day, find a couple of people who have similar kind of music to you and share the kind of comments and listens, give them proper honest feedback. Don't just go in there and go, nice song, listen to my song. Don't do that, it's spam. Just don't be like that, it's insincere, and always try and give good constructive criticism. Like treat people and other musicians and other people on SoundCloud like you want to be treated. Try and have a bit of dialogue. Don't always go straight to download my mixtape. I see that loads of times where I'll go like, yeah, I really like your song, but I don't like the way you only made a verse and didn't finish it off. You haven't any chorus or a second verse or a bridge. Why didn't you just finish off this great verse and make it into a complete song? And then they just reply back to me, yeah, download my mixtape. You didn't even listen to what I just said. Do you know what I mean? Those people will never get anywhere anyway. But you really need to kind of just share the kind of feedback, or just get in there and be engaged with other people on there. And that's a really good tip, and it's something that you shouldn't ignore, particularly if it's in your genre of music. Like, don't go and expect the same kind of feedback from someone who listens to metal music, because they probably don't like hip-hop music, if I have to be honest. Maybe, you never know, but I'm just going on my experience. Here is a really clever tip that I found on musicthinktank.com, and I didn't know this, but if you go to a track that you have on SoundCloud and you make it private for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then go back to public and save changes after that, what will happen is that song will repopulate in the music feeds of other users that have liked or followed you on SoundCloud. So it's really clever to do this for like 1 or 2 songs a day. Don't go overboard and do it for 50 songs every single day, because anyone that's following you will see too much of your music in their feed, and they'll just unfollow you. Do it for 1 or 2 tracks every couple of days, and it will just keep that person that's following you in with what you're doing all the time. And it's just a clever little tip, and I'm glad that I figured that out and I found it on Music Think Tank, and I got to share that little tip with you. And just don't abuse it, just use it wisely, and it just keeps everyone remembering about your music. Don't forget to give like a couple of free tracks away. When you're starting out, you just don't have the following, give some music a free away. Try and get them to subscribe to your website, because if they like your music, they probably won't ever hear about you again if they don't come back to your site. So really try and urge them, if you're giving away a free song, try and get them to subscribe to your website first before you give them the download link. I just think that's a clever idea, and everyone loves free music. It doesn't matter. And more often than not, if your music's good enough and they really want to download it, they'll definitely subscribe to your website. They've subscribed to mine, and try and use Aweber, that newsletter software system that I use, that I've mentioned in the audio blog and in the video already, and you'll definitely build up your fan mail list really quick using this strategy. I also, if you see my site, I give out free demo beat downloads. It's like snippets of all my beats, of every beat that I've made, and there's even more in that now. I just haven't changed the number of it. Says 70 demo downloads. There's probably 80 or 90 now, maybe more than that. So always use that kind of incentive marketing to get something back if you're giving away something for free. and hopefully a subscriber or a like on your Facebook page is a good idea. I think the subscriber is a better option, but if they don't want to subscribe, try and get them to like your page. That's another way. Here's something I really want to stress to any artists that are starting off, or any artists that's been online a lot, is to have proper artwork. I just don't understand people today when they post a song and it's just got a blank picture there, and they expect that they're going to be famous tomorrow from it. Like, you really need to have proper artwork, and it's so cheap these days to get proper artwork. You can go on Fiverr.com, and also you can check out my list of mixtape cover designers that I've this list of mixtape cover designers where they all promote or make mixtape covers. As you can see here, Mixtape Cover King. I've used that guy to make my instrumental mixtape Greed is Good. He's really good. Also Mixtape PSD, he's a really good mixtape cover designer. And also, if you want a pro to design your mixtape cover, definitely use a site like Freelancer. I use Freelancer for a lot of graphic work. I go on there and I just get a pro to design some graphics for me, and they can design artwork and whatever for you as well. That's if you have a little bit more budget. If you don't, try Fiverr.com. No problem there, guys. Definitely get your mixtape cover art up, and make sure that your name and your website link is in there as well, so people can find out more about you. If you look at my SoundCloud player there, you can see the first thing you see is The Corporate Thief Beats, my logo, and then underneath that is a little link, www.thecorporatethiefbeats.com. It's just good marketing to have a good image, and it makes you look more professional and people take you more serious. That's a really clever tip, and I hope you will actually follow that. Also, for those who are not on SoundCloud paid pro account, I would urge you to get it. Maybe when you're starting off, it's a little bit difficult to pay for it, but as you get bigger, I think the amount of statistics that are on the pro account really help you figure out where your traffic is coming from, who's listening to your music, what songs are more popular in different countries, stuff like that, and who visited your site or your SoundCloud player. Stuff like that is really good, valuable information to help you continue with your marketing strategy on SoundCloud. Also, the greatest benefit of a pro account is the greatest thing on SoundCloud, is the Spotlight player. This lets you put whatever music you want to the top of your SoundCloud account. So when you don't have a pro account, you have to if you only want one song to be heard all the time, you kind of have to delete that song and then re-upload it, so it's the last song that you uploaded. Whereas having the Spotlight player really makes it easy for you to just click and drag up to the top, and then it's up there, so that any new fans will come. The song that you actually want to promote is at number one. As you can see, I've got my beat pack up at the top of my SoundCloud player because I want the whole playlist to play. I want them to check out more than just one song, so if they start playing that playlist, they'll automatically start playing more songs as well. And it's just a clever little tip. It's $9.99 a month for the SoundCloud Pro account, and I definitely think it's worth it. I kind of spoke about engagement already. Yeah, always kind of provide tips to other artists, giving honest feedback, and sharing the karma on SoundCloud. Don't be shy to ask for likes too. Don't bombard people and spam people. If you're having proper engagement with new fans or new listeners and you feel it's genuine, don't forget to ask them to share and like your music, and hit you to share with their friends on Facebook, or share with their followers on SoundCloud. More than likely, if they're hip hop if they are interested in hip hop themselves and they have a bunch of followers and they share your music, you're getting another audience of targeted listeners to listen to your music, which is really peer-to-peer sharing is great promotion, and especially if it's in the correct niche of music, like hip-hop music. Um, I really hope that you've learned something from this audio blog about SoundCloud promotion tips. And these were just my 10 little tips that I have, like the website, getting the email list, engagement, Facebook ads. These kind of tips, I hope they will help you, just give you a little bit of understanding. Also, maybe they might just give you something that you might spur you on to help promote your music on SoundCloud. Before I go today, I just want to say again, definitely come to my website, www.thecorporatebeatbeats.com. Check out the mixtape launch guide with Fiverr gigs, and you also get 70 demo beat downloads of all the snippets of my beats that I've made. And if you're listening to the audio blog, don't forget to check out the post that corresponds with this audio blog on helpful tips to promote your music on SoundCloud. This is Dan from thecorporatebeats.com. Really glad that you checked out my audio blog, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.